Good evening. I'm David Mancuso with Mancuso Show Management, and we've had a really fun-packed 4 days here at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival online, and we're going to wind it down, but at the same time, we're going to extend it a little bit for some fun. Um, I just want to start by talking about the competition. This is our third competition that we've had online. Hence, it's called Visuals 3. We've upped our game by having the judges view more than just two photographs of the quilts. They actually have four photographs to judge this time around. And that was Sue Nichols and Marianne Klufel. We thank them for their judging. Of course, we also thank the over 200 entrants, and that's even a little bit more than we normally get on site at this show. So it is kind of interesting how some things work very well virtually. You don't have to put it in the box, insure it, ship it. So there's a good aspect to that. But if you told me on this day last February that in a year's time I would be sitting here doing this virtually, I would have said to you, what does virtually mean? So it's been a long journey, and I know we're going to get out of this, but it's been a long journey, and we're keeping it going and just trying to keep everything positive. I'd like to just honor at least there's so many winners and so many quilts, but I'd like to honor the top winners. I'd like to start with the best wall quilt. And we think we have that up, and it's Fire on My Mind by Melinda Berleau and Linda, congratulations on your best wall quilt. The next category that I'd like to honor, and people don't realize that's actually a separate competition, and so is the mid-century modern quilt competition is also a separate competition, and that was taken by a quilt called Moving in the Best of Circles, Pittsburgh Modern Quilt Guild with Barbara Kane. Congratulations, Barbara, and the Pittsburgh Modern Quilt Guild. Again, that's a separate competition. Now, the best of show comes out of the full-size quilts, both in the innovative and traditional category, and this year, best of show was Madam Butterfly by Marilyn Badger. And if you take a look at that quilt, Marilyn has won many awards, and it certainly tells you why. It's a beautiful quilt. There's some, of course, there's some machine sewing, but there's also hand stitching in that. There's hand applique. It's absolutely fabulous, and so thank you for viewing those. We couldn't do these competitions without our sponsors. And this year we're happy to say that the sponsorship was strong, and they provide really what is the prize money, and so this year, because we weren't on site, we had the honor of having the Hampton Convention and Visitors Bureau sponsor this show. We had a nice talk with them on Tuesday before we opened the show, and then we had two Bernina sponsorships. One of them is with a different touch. Right there in Chesapeake, and the other one is Cottonwood, and they're out there a little bit further out in Charlottesville, Virginia. So we thank them very much. We also thank Cherrywood Fabrics, has really been on the team and has done wonderful work, as of Zappy Dots, and also the Grace Company does a tremendous job sponsoring us. They got wonderful products. So I'd like everyone to remember to patronize our sponsors. They're great people. They're keeping this going. It's been a good show in that way. We also, if I can ask my producer to put up, we also had 18 special exhibits. Let me see if I can find these here a second, and we'll take a look at them. We had Up in the Air by the Annapolis Quilt Guild, Folksy Interpreted, Central Virginia Modern Quilt Guild, Retrospective, Cherrywood Fabrics, This Too Shall Pass, Colonial Peacemakers Quilt Guild, Nine Patch Many Ways, First Unitarian Universalist, Our Beautiful World, It's Just Us, Pat Garnett, Midwest Views, Colleen Ansbo, Instructors Row, we put that together. Diana McCurry in our office put that together with the instructors. Kona Color of the Year from the Peninsula Modern Quilt Guild, Seasons from the Peninsula Modern Quilt Guild. Yesterday, this was a very neat exhibit, and we also had Roy on as an interview with the Department of Juvenile Justice. Life's a Beach, Quilts on the Wall. They're always a great group to work with Carol Churchill. And they also did Sunrise, Sunset, Quilts on the Wall again with Carol. From Desperation to Inspiration, and another group that we've worked with for years, from Sakwa, Art Quilt Tribe, and Imagination 1x4, and that was also Sakwa, and that's the Virginia, North Carolina region. And then we had 360 Degrees of Circles, which was the Fabric Poets with Sandy Curran, who we also had a wonderful interview with Sandy Curran during this show. We had the Baltimore Album Quilts from the Virginia Quilt Museum. They're a great organization. Please support them also. And Our Story, curated by Suzanne Jones. So we want to thank all the people that put together these special exhibits. Yeah, they, used to be you had to pack them all up and get them out. But, like I say, sure, get them in boxes, bring them to the show, hang them. So this, they had the opportunity, is still a lot of work. They had to photograph every one of them. We needed descriptions. We had to get them online. So it's quite a few things going on to get this going. We had a total of 55 plus workshops, and we had a lecture, and we had Karen Botte and Rachel Clark do a wonderful fashion show. We want to thank them. We also had, and this to me is the fun part, the live presentations, and on Wednesday alone, we had 9 vendor presentations, and we had several, I think 5 interviews. And so that was quite a few things going on. On Thursday, we had several vendors, and we also did the late night with Eliza Pryor Lucy, with a special guest, Kay Fassett, and many other things going all the way on. I don't know if you've seen this afternoon, we had a wonderful Quilts of Valor presentation. That was very moving. It always is. And I don't know if you missed any of these, by the way, you just go onto our Facebook, onto our videos, and you can see them. They will be up for quite some time. And Michael Merchanti in the office had a great interview with Roy Mitchell of the Department of Juvenile Justice in Virginia. He's got quite the quilting program, and he's quite the man. If you watch his interview, and you will see quite what type of person he is, and please try to support them also. There's a lot of people out there to support. So we cannot do this without a lot of help. And first of all, I want to thank my loving wife and my partner, Terry, because I certainly can't do it without her. She takes care of all the registrations and so on, and you name it. And then we've been very lucky. Mary Claire Moyer, who retired from our office after working, I don't know how many decades, 2.5 years ago, has just come right back in and just volunteering to do many things for us. And she knows all the players, and I think she's having some fun doing this too. And we really appreciate her. We also have 3 staff members that are basically working from home. Diana McCurry, who puts together all the workshops, and then on top of it, does all of those beautiful interviews. She's great at interviewing people, and they were just wonderful interviews. We also had Eric Wagner, and Eric is our graphic artist, and Eric has sent out all the emails and the notifications that you see in your email box. I know we send a lot of them, to keep everybody informed of what's going on. And then there's Michael Merchanti, who's also wearing a lot of hats these days. He takes care of all of the vendors coming into the vendors mall. He does a lot of the social media posting. He's great with that. And again, like I say, he also does some very nice interviews, including that one with Roy. So we had quite a few people here. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Everyone we interviewed was wonderful. Just to give you a heads up, we're going to continue a little bit longer virtually before we go on site. We just don't feel safe enough to go on site at this time. Hopefully everybody will get the shots in their arms, and wear their mask and social distance, and we'll be out of this by the middle of the year. But what we're going to do at the very end of April into the 1st of May, we had a show that we've yet to premiere in Greenville, South Carolina, and that's going to be part of what we're going to call the Spring Quilt Festival online. So we'll have several workshops for that, and another competition. And so we're looking forward to seeing everybody then. We're also going to do another one of our Create DIY shows, Create Do It Yourself. And that's been a lot of fun, where we really explore other types of textile arts. And that'll be in early June. We're hoping and praying that by midsummer that we're going to be back out again on the road doing some on-site shows. So for now, everyone's please stay safe. Thank you very much. Signing off here. But before I go, I want to just make an announcement that we are going to be leaving the Merchants Mall open for those that would like to shop through the 31st of March. You're also going to be able to view the winners of the quilt competition, and you're going to be able to view several of the special exhibits, not all, but several of the special exhibits. And so we're going to do that. And this way it's online. We don't have to pack it out of the convention center tonight. So we're going to leave that up a little longer for everybody to enjoy it. Thank you.